Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Casey, and if you are new here, welcome. So today I'm working with a kinky straight unit from a company called Woo. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It is a 5x5 transparent lace closure wig in the inches 20, and I am actually currently in the process of dyeing it black. Right now it's like a natural black color, but I want it to be a little bit darker, not jet black, but just darker than it is right now. So that's what you're seeing me doing. I already started, sorry, before I started filming. So now I'm just going back to press record and actually go in. So I'm spraying the inside of the unit with some holding spray. I don't have any gossipy, but this will do the trick to make sure that basically the dye doesn't get through on the lace. So that's what it's there for, just to protect it. So I actually got this hair dye from the dollar store. I got it from Dollar Tree actually, and I used it once and I'm like, hey, this is actually pretty good dye. So I just bought a bunch of them to use when I'm dyeing hair. Like, they don't have jet black, but they have not like this black. It's dark enough, and I didn't want to go for too much of a jet black because my hair is not jet black, but my hair is dark. So I wanted to get the wig darker than it is right now currently. So that's why I'm dyeing it in the first place. So yeah, so make sure you use gloves for this process. Although these gloves failed me eventually, but you still need gloves so that the black dye doesn't get on your hand because it's hell to take off. So anyways, I'm just going through the hair with the dye, and you guys will basically see what I'm doing through the process. So I ended up using a small mixing bowl for the dye because I found that squeezing it from the bottle was a little bit hard to control. I sometimes do it when I'm not near the lace. Like, I'll just squeeze it on the rest of the hair, but near the lace, like, it's just best to put it in a mixing bowl and then take your time and go through it. I use a tail comb to actually run the dye through the roots of the hair so that I have a less chance of the dye to get onto the roots. So basically, after I apply it with the brush, I take a tail comb and I go through it, the roots, to spread it evenly through the roots with the tail comb. Now I'm just going to take a bunch of the dye that's left and just kind of dab it, glob it onto the hair. Honestly, when it comes to my own units, like, I take less time. I just kind of go through them. I've done this a million times, so it's like, you know, it comes second nature to me. But with my clients, I'll take my time, but with my own, I'll just kind of go and get on. It's okay. Like, if I miss spots, it's okay. But for you guys, if you're new to this, part the sections like how I did the front and go through them and put them on thoroughly so that you get all the parts even, and all the areas that are needing color is colored properly. So I finished the rest of the dye process off camera. Basically, you wait for all the dye to turn black before you wash it off. I usually leave it on for about, I don't know, an hour if I can. Then I dried it under the dryer, and this is what it looks like once it comes out of the dryer. You can just leave it to dry if you do not have a dryer. Just leave it to dry. Just let it hang dry until it's all dry, as opposed to blow drying it. Now I'm hot combing the front back so I can pluck some of the hairline out. I want the hairline to be as natural as possible because we're going for like a natural look. Like, since it's kinky straight texture, I want the look to be pretty natural. Kind of like a silk press, you know, like those vibes. In my plucking tutorial that I have, if you guys haven't watched it, you can. I show that I'd like the hairline to be wet. It's easier to pull hair out when the hairline is wet. So I just use my moves to mold it back. Helps you push back the hair so to moisten it as well. And then I'm just going to go in and viciously pluck out the front, just to my liking. Because it's just too thick, Abby. And I want it to be like as natural as I said before. As natural as an actual natural hair is at the front. Well, my natural hair at that, because some people do have thicker hair at the front. Mine is not so thick, so I apologize if I sound hella tired in this video. It's 3 a.m. where I am, so I'm just trying to get it done to get it out there for you guys. So that's why I sound like an old lady. Sorry in advance. So when you're plucking, you need to go just behind the hairline. You never pluck on the hairline because that's how you get bald spots. So you want to pluck behind the hairline, because if you get bald spots in the front, it looks worse than if you get bald spot like in the middle there. So you always just pluck just behind the hairline, not exactly on the hairline. This is where I'm going to be molding down the front of the unit. So in my other videos, I always say that I like to pre-style my units before I put them on my head. I find it to be a lot easier, a lot faster, and, you know, easier to maneuver. So I use a mannequin head. The mannequin head kind of has, well, it has like a line down the middle, so I'll know exactly where to put the middle part in my head. So I use that for guidance to make my middle part. It's just easier overall to style a unit off of your head. Number one, because like with the back, like I noticed a lot of people like on YouTube, like they style the front really, really well, but then like they never really show the back. And when you're out, the back matters, you know. Maybe on video it doesn't, but when you're out, like, you know, and you're trying to have your hair look like you actually went to the salon to do it, you want to make sure the back is styled like just as neatly as the front is, you know. So like, let's leave that not styling the back properly in 2022, okay? So that's why I use my canvas head, so I can thoroughly go through the back with my flat iron, especially when you flat iron or curl. Like, you know, you want to make sure it's straight, just as straight as the front. There's no kinks, because you can't see back there. But I worry back there. Maybe because I'm a hairstylist myself. Maybe I'm a perfectionist. I don't know, but I worry about those things. So I like the back to look as neat as the front, and it's really hard to do that when it's on your head. So I always recommend pre-styling, at least the back, and then you could style the front on your actual head. You guys, for like a really nice mold down, a really nice finish on your units when you're styling, you need your products to actually be good products, like your hot tools at least. So your hot tools have to actually be hot. Like my hot comb, you need a hot comb that goes to at least, like, you know, 400, 450 Fahrenheit. And your flat iron as well. They need to get really hot so that you can get the best results. You know what I'm saying? The flat iron I'm using today is Infinity Pro Titanium. I usually use Babyliss Nano in 1 inch, but it's hella short in it. For some reason it won't work. I'm so sad about it, but it's okay. This one comes in Smooth Second. It's my second favorite, so I don't mind using it at all. It does the trick. It is less expensive as well, so if you guys are interested to get a flat iron, I would suggest this one. I'll try to find a link, because I bought this a few years ago, but I'll try to find a link for it. I know it's still there, so I'll try to find a link for it and link it in the description for you guys if you are interested. If y'all don't already know, use a comb to comb through the hair while you're hot combing. Okay, that's where you're gonna get your best results for hot combing. I'm sorry, I keep saying hot combing. Flat ironing hair. You need to use a comb through it so that you're combing through the kinks, combing through the hair while you're straightening it. That's where you get the best results and get that silky press when you do this process, okay? Do not miss it. Do not skimp on it. Okay, and go row by row and get that stuff pressed out. Okay, so I did one side to show you guys the difference. See, that is pressed, silky. Okay, that's what we're looking for at the back. At the back too, just as much as you want to look for it at the front. I cut the ends off because they were like stringy. So I cut those off to make it look more even, more full at the end. So we're getting right into the install. Hey guys, what's up? And so here's the wig. I straightened the back, as I said before, and I straightened one side. I left the other side unstraightened, just blown out, to show you guys that you can wear it both ways, because it looks really nice both ways. So I am going to go in with some foundation. This is the Ruby Kisses foundation in color RDF 16, and I'm going to use the lighter color on my skin tone. And we're going to put it inside the cap. I actually already put some on my cap as well, and spray it to seal it in. It is oil free, but I still do that step just in case. If you guys watch my other install video that I did on myself, you'll notice that I do not do the ball cap method, even with a closure or frontal. I usually don't do it. Like, I'll do it sometimes, but not all the time. Like, I ain't got time for that. So this is what it looks like with just it being blown out and the other side being straightened. These little things on the side of the closure, the little tabs here, need to be cut off because they're so thick that it won't adhere to the glue and it'll just look crazy. So cut them off. You don't need them there, and it'll make it much easier for you to melt in the closure. So for today's install, I'll be using my glue by my brand. It's called LUXE Melt Glue. And this is what I always use. It's waterproof, so I like using it. I'm only going to go in with 2 coats this time because I typically don't keep my wigs on long. And that's what you see me doing. And the reason it's going into my hairline, I just always feel like I have to say this, is because I have glue remover. So I just remove it with the glue remover right out my hairline. It does not stay. It is also a part of my brand as well, so I'll link it in description if you do need a glue remover. Takes all that gunk and glue right out of your hair without removing any hair from your hairline. Once it turns clear, you guys just put the lace right into it, press it down. I use my fingers. Like, I know they say not to, but I do. It's fine. There's nothing on my hands, no oils, nothing, but even if there is, I don't care. It's fine. It works for me. You can use a comb if you'd like as well, but I just use my fingers because they're my tools. So that's what I use. So if you want to use your fingers, okay? I apologize for that sound, that blowing sound. It's my blow dryer. I'm currently working on a few units for some clients, so it's like literally blowing. I apologize. And so when you're cutting your lace off with scissors, if you're not using a razor, because I prefer using scissors, you have to make sure you're going in like a squiggly line and not straight across. Straight across will leave a line of demarcation, and it will make sure your lace shows. Like, that's what I will do. So make sure you go in like a squiggly motion. So some of the lace is still not glued down, so I pulled the lace completely over the front of the glue, but I don't want to cut any more off, so I'm actually just gluing that down. I'm putting the glue over the lace, which is fine. Like, it will clear. Okay, so this way I don't get glue on my forehead, so that's why I'm doing that. That flap comes all the way up so I can actually go under it with the glue, so that's what I'm gonna do. But the other side, I couldn't go under it because there wasn't a wide enough flap to go under, so I just put it on top, which is perfectly fine. As long as you let it dry, it's perfectly fine, okay? I'm not doing any baby hairs. I want a clean finish. I'm just using some of my LUXE melt spray to go over the glue before I tie it down one last time. This just gives it a final melt into your skin vibe, so that's what we needed. And see, you cannot see that lace. It's melted. And this is transparent lace, by the way, not HD. And it still melts really well into the skin, which I love. I am putting some of that same makeup that I used earlier into my hairline, into my part, and then I'm going to clean it up with some root spray. So this is the final look, guys. I hope you liked it. Isn't it giving silk press vibes? Isn't it giving like natural hair blowout, pressed out vibes? Like, look at how melted that lace is, guys. It's such a nice go-to unit for like everyday wear. Like, you know, not too crazy, looking still pretty natural, looking like your natural hair. I just love it. Look how flowy it is. It's so soft. It's so silky. I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial today, guys. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please do not forget to give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave comments. Let me know what you guys think I could have done differently or anything like that. I'm here open for anything that you guys think. So I'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.